Um, there is a bit of a storyline that I didn't have it at first when I first started. It kind of evolved as the process went, and it's a movement based off of my childhood things, and also based off, like, the story part of it is more about an adapted dance class that I teach, and like how when I first started teaching it, they're like individually have like their own like quirks and things, but like and like this one girl like couldn't really say anyone's name, and now she's like really open and she can like say everyone's name. So it's kind of about, I guess, a journey about like having individual like not disabilities, what's the word, having individual quirks. I was almost like directly inspired by like their movement. A lot of things are fairly literal, but I try and make it a little more accessible to like actual like dancers, like being able to move in a broader sense, whereas they can't. So I like, yeah, the dancers move like in a like more what's the word, unhindered way. Well, I have some great dancers in my piece, and we kind of just meet whatever time we can, whatever on Tuesdays, because it always seems to change. And we're either in a racquetball court, or if we get the studio, we like to use the space, but typically in a racquetball court. And, there's a lot of challenges with getting the music to work and hearing the music and space and the hard floors, but it's really fine. Everyone's working so hard. And it's so great. We just kind of like work together. They've made a lot of their own motifs that I've been able to like incorporate into my piece, which is awesome because it's like their movement, and so it looks really good on each of their bodies. And then most of the time I just come up with choreography and kind of tell them where to go and look at it spatially. And typical rehearsal, 1 hour. Oh, well, I didn't have music for a really long time. And I thought I wanted something like really abstract and like outer space-ish kind of. And I kept listening to all these things, and I just wasn't inspired and just felt like it didn't go with my movement. And then I don't know how, and I'm not a big fan of like a guitar, and I love the guitar, but not for like my dancing. But so I don't even know how. I was on YouTube one day and literally just like stumbled upon this guy playing the guitar solo, and it sounds like there's like 4 or 5 people playing it. He's amazing, and it really inspired me, and I thought it went well with my movement, the movement that I already had, and it really like drew the piece along. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm using that. Yes, this process is a lot different than hammer and nail, just in the fact that like hammer and nail, like you had like time set aside for it, and it was all I was really doing. I wasn't preparing for a faculty show, and I wasn't in a lot of other pieces, and like I just was able to focus a lot of time on it. It was like my first big choreographic thing, and I like had a lot more help from my mentor than I am using this time, which my mentor is great, and she's still helping me a lot, but like last time I just had to meet with her a little more and really talk things through. And this time, and I always came prepared with like choreography, and this time I'm just like not as, I just kind of see what happens, and just I'm kind of letting things be more organic, I guess, and naturally happen than I did in hammer nail, which is really cool and exciting. My mentor is Celine, and she's been awesome because like when I started, I just had like these 2 different ideas. Like I was really inspired by like the adapted kids movement, and they've just inspired me like in my entire life period. But then I also had this like thing when I was young that I'd play with my dad and stuff, and so I was like, oh, how do I like combine these 2? And like I just couldn't figure out, and Celine was like, well, just like use some props and things in your rehearsal, which we did, which was really interesting. Our first few rehearsals we like used props, and like that kind of inspired a lot of our movement. Like if you could almost see like the prop we have in our hand, and it's really cool. So she really helped like guide me on how to like form this journey that these dancers are going through. Alright, the programs are going great. We figured out like the name or the order, and we've got a put it all together. We're struggling a little bit with how to print them out and the layout of everything, so I think we're getting ready for Thanksgiving break, so I think we're going to figure out over there, talk to some people who maybe have done it, and like some copying companies, and figure out how to like get them all printed out. But so far it's gone like really well. Everyone like in the class has like gotten everything to us on time, like their program notes and like their titles of their pieces, and it's just like really cool. I didn't think it would come together at the beginning of this class, like at the beginning of the semester. I'm like really impressed with everyone. Oh, okay, I think we're collaborating really well. Everyone's done excellent, like volunteering to like work on specific things, whether it be like you doing the blog or like the programs, the fundraising with the bake sale was awesome. Finding the lighting people, the like just, I don't know, I feel like everyone's really come together and we like know we need to get it done, and there's not like arguing like which piece should be where, or I want my piece first or last, or like nothing like that. Everyone's really come together, and it's just been really unanimous and hopeful, and it's gonna happen. Remember to come to our show, which is Sunday, December 11th at 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. And be sure during intermission to check out, or before and after the show to check out, we'll have like a little short like synopsis of our pieces, what we're planning to do with our lives afterwards, and pictures of us out in the lobby somewhere. And Melissa during intermission and right before the second half of the show will be showing her flash mob, which has been awesome. And afterwards, we'll have a wonderful reception with some great, delicious food. We'd love to talk to all of you, and thank you for coming to watch us.